Welcome to another progress update for Project GeoDepths, where I'll show you the cool new rendering style I've got, and the buttery smooth new mining controls for the drill. So the first thing I wanted to do since the last update was to improve the rendering style. Obviously this is all a low poly style, mainly chosen because I'm no good at modelling, and low poly models are super easy to make. I'm currently feeling that the game looks very flat and dull at the moment. So the first thing I did was look into doing some post-processing. I added a simple color grading and tweaked the saturation and contrast and added some anti-aliasing, but it just wasn't enough. It made it look a bit better, but I really wanted something to give the game some visual flair. And in my research, I came across this asset called Screen Space Cavity and Curvature. I thought I'd give it a try, so I chucked it into the project and voila, it looked great. After tweaking some of the parameters, I found that this is exactly what I was looking for. So now I'm happy with the visual style and got that all out of the way. I then wanted to focus on the main thing that I wanted to do next, which was to improve the drill's navigation and mining controls. So I really wanted to improve how the drill navigates and how you mine. I really wanted to make it more satisfying. Currently all you can do is move the drill around using these straightforward buttons. You can't see any ore, and the only way to know how much ore there is in your current location is to take a sample, pick it up, move it to the ore scanner, make it scan, and then you can see how much there is. And I found this very tedious when doing test runs of the game. So I really wanted to rework the entire drill experience. So to start off with, I looked at implementing levers and wheels into the current interaction system I have. So I started with the levers. So here you can see that we grab the lever and we can move it using the mouse movement. I just needed to add some limits to the angle, as you can see. Once that was all done, I then went on to implement a wheel, which was very similar to the lever. It's just another thing rotating around an axis. With that done, I lastly wanted to implement a switch. So instead of rotating around an axis, this will slide back and forth. And yet again, it was pretty simple to implement. So happy with how the controls were handling, I then added a hand cursor so you could actually see a mouse movement to give more player feedback to what they're actually doing. So with that done, it was time to take these new controls and chuck them into the scene. But first, I wanted to just chuck the old drill in the bin and start from scratch. So that's exactly what I did. I remade the drill, made some better models for the 3 controls, and I'm really happy with this new style. The previous drill kind of just looked like a room with stuff in it. This actually looks like a proper cockpit, albeit you can't actually see outside. So with the controls working and in the drill, it's time to actually wire them up, make them do something, and also put some things on these displays and maps so you can actually see what you're doing. So once I did that, everything was looking and behaving great. So as you can see, we can use this left control to move the drill up and down, and you can see the depth change as you do. Then the center wheel can be used to rotate the drill left and right, and as you do that, you can see this snazzy little compass. And lastly, the drill's throttle to increase its velocity forwards and backwards. And as you can see, we can move it forwards and the velocity increases until it gets to the maximum. As you may be able to hopefully notice, I've also completely redesigned the map. So now the map is centered around you and you can actually see the ore. As you move up and down, you can see that the ore changes on each level, and you can go to the ore and use this new snazzy mining lever to start drilling. Once you've mined the ore, you can then look at this new inventory screen. You can see all the ore that you've collected so far and the total capacity and maximum. So I'm really happy with the overhaul to the drill and how it now feels so satisfying to navigate the drill around and do mining. So that's all I have to show for this progress update, and I'll see you at the next one.